Pretty good meal. I'm gonna wait on seconds. Oh. We got the main church with no lights. Pretty neat. I don't think this will show up very well. The sun looks like it's shining pretty hard on this. A free health clinic, and then every Monday, first Monday of the month, it's a free meal at the All Saints Episcopal. The free health clinic sounds interesting. I don't watch the news a lot, but when I did a couple of weeks ago, there was a story about a guy who buried himself and 2 people died. He barely survived. The people that died were laying down and he was standing up, and they were buried alive in a trench. Okay, you see that trench? That would not pass. Okay, nothing is there. There's no talk of changing. What do they say? The OSHA regulations for making holes wider when you make them deeper. I think people ignore safety regulations a lot more in Idaho. But I could be wrong, because I heard that there was some kind of a change happening in Wisconsin, which resulted from somebody who was buried alive digging a hole. It's an unfortunate thing. I did it. I dug an 8-foot hole to get to the ground pipe next to a house I used to own. And then when I called the plumber over to inspect it or to help out, he said he wouldn't go in that hole because it wasn't like OSHA approved. It wasn't wide enough at the top in case something happened or whatever. People do that a lot. They just want to dig the bare minimum to get down to the piping and put themselves at risk. And just looking at another example back there. It looks like the hill got burnt up. It's all dark black. Like there's a big fire over there, but I never noticed anything. Alright, well, they asked the old man who took a picture of it from here, and he said a fire occurred on Wednesday night about midnight. People probably were shooting out fireworks. One house got damaged. There wasn't any evacuation order. I didn't notice any smell in the air, but this certainly was considered an accident. They managed to put it out quickly, and that's the end of the story. Yeah, I think tomorrow I might like to go up to that area, that blackened area, and get a closer look. Alright, so I just had the Flying J guy straight up say that after tonight they won't allow me to sleep in the Flying J parking lot. Now, I still would like to stick around this area. It's an industrial area, so I'm going to try to stay on the side of the roads. But it's like You know, when I sleep on the side of the roads, if I get a cop that pulls over and starts knocking on my window, I'm gonna, you know, I guess their solution will be to fine me, because if they try to advise me that there's homeless shelters to sleep at, I'm gonna have to retort that I've probably been suspended from the homeless shelter that is open and the others are full. Yeah, if that conversation has to come, that'll be an interesting one. I gotta say, I don't want to go down there because it doesn't look very scenic. That wall is kind of, yeah, just kind of in a tunnel down there. Well, I can say I've never been around here, and what's attracted me is the burning. So I'm just taking a quick look around. I gotta get to Warm Springs something or whatever. The Warm Springs road will take me right into town, but I like to get up in them hills a little bit. Take a look around at the burning. Just want to get a close look at some of the vegetation that went up in flames. I mean, I expect to know what it's going to look like. It's just charred plants, right? Alright, so just kind of looking at it from the side. Through a lot of private property. Oh, it's a fire station. Looks like more businesses coming in. At the Harris Ranch. Not exactly sure how close I can get. It's a lot of private property. Quite a bit of construction for a Saturday. Post office. It looks so charred, but it looked more charred from a distance. Oh, probably stop pedaling. I'm not sure how it looked before, but you could see it all like stopped at this road. Either they had a big battle or it just couldn't go any further. See the char. All these trees got burnt halfway up. And it's private property on there. Old vehicle. Some jerk owns this and doesn't do a damn thing with it. And burnt up. I say good then. It's private property, who cares, right? All these homeowners are probably a little nervous. That house just got sold. It's pretty nice. All private property. I could smell it now, finally. This is all private property, all these hills. The mayor probably owns this too. I hear the mayor owns a lot of hills. I can smell that burn now. Pretty interesting. That wood didn't even get burnt. It made it right up to a line. I wonder what they did. Because they stopped it right on the road. Fence. Wooden fence post got burnt a little bit. Yeah, all these people who live in these homes are nervous. I must be going up a hill too. So I'm really not able to make much progress. See how far I can go, maybe check my map. So there's just a lot of little grasses that got scorched. And it came down the hill and past the hill. Just along it. I wonder how fast it moved. Because I didn't suspect. I didn't notice anything that happened at midnight. And it covered a large area. It didn't hit that hay. That hay would have gone up in a big blaze. Yeah, the quail got pushed out of their habitat. See them crossing the road. Quail are gonna have to move on. But as fast as that fire went, I wonder, there might be some cooked quail in there. That'd be interesting. I don't know how firefighting works exactly, but you could see that, back there they stopped it on the road, but here they stopped it before the road and protected this person's field. So there's some kind of effort. There's a fire hydrant up ahead, so we're not exactly out in the boonies here. We're still part of the Boise water grid. Harris Ranch, still? Harris Ranch extends a long way. Some fake horses over there and this big ranch. Am I entering private property? This has got to still be a road of some kind. Yeah, you see burn right up to that water meter. Yeah, the burn is back on the road again. So they put some effort to stop it before the field, and then around here it's back up to the road. They just kind of protected the road, or maybe it stopped right at the road. I'm not sure. But definitely moved a considerable distance. Everything on this side is nice and green. This no trespassing private property owned by Harrison Ranch, I guess. It's all black. So this road is the boundary for stopping the burning. Sort of. It kind of stopped short up there. I'm not sure where I'm going. Hopefully I'm not getting too lost. into the fence, and then I think there's a ditch with water in it because I see cattails, some kind of little stream, or most likely man-made. And a horse on the pasture without any more worries. And now that the danger has passed around here. But I mean, this is a large section of Boise, but I mean, Boise's pretty big too. More can burn. I mean, I've walked on the other side of Boise and there's plenty that could burn. Didn't quite reach over there. And it looks like I can go up on a road. I don't think that's a driveway. Some kind of construction going on. Does that say no trespassing? Some kind of like a sunflower distribution project going on this hill. They stopped the fire. No trespassing. Visitors need to be checked in. Well, I'm checking in on the video. I don't believe that water truck up there is for the fire. I think they had to use other means. They're doing a lot of construction around here, and it's very risky to make homes on these hills. They burn and they slide. Maybe a little too risky, but they got a private property wall them off because they're too valuable. This wasteland, the hills in the wasteland are probably the most valuable part of this area. People want to go up into the hills and owners don't want to let them. That's the trade-off. I know I want to go up in the hills. I don't know how other people feel. But yeah, they're working so hard to stop erosion. They're planting sunflowers. There's another water truck. They're going to extreme measures of planting sunflowers to stop this erosion. Because hills are so valuable to maintain. Not so much when they're flat. Looking through this, it's hard to breathe because I'm stirring up so much ash. I'm actually breathing that stuff in. And how it stops right along a line so perfectly. I wonder if they had to spray it with something or what. Such beautiful black grass. It's very dusty when you walk on it. Looks like it stopped up. There's a perfect line of where this stuff stopped. Yeah, it looks like it could have continued. So it seems strange to me. I wonder if the construction takes Saturdays off. I believe I can see the tower for the old train station off in a distance. Oh wait, no. That's the airport tower. Yeah, breathing in a lot of ash. Walking through this. Probably head back. I could go to the top of that hill and look down better. But maybe not. I don't know, what's strange to me is these These didn't even burn. It must have been such a light fire. They just kind of burnt around these little twiggy things. Yeah, you could see them all over. It's just the bed grass. And these little wheat things are what pretty much all burnt up. All this grass that was planted to prevent erosion. Now they can't prevent erosion so much. What a pity. Not sure how visible it is, but there's little white spots on this hillside, and those represent the sagebrush that burnt. So they burnt a little hotter, I think. That's probably why the ash are white as opposed to black. It's hard to tell which house got damaged since there was a report. This house over here looks fine. Maybe the backside is in bad shape. It looks fine to me. Man, it is hard to see. They really got it walled off with rock. So one thing that people in Boise may not realize they're missing out on is finding wild fruits like this plum just in the woods on a walk, coming across something that's edible. And why are there holes drilled in that rock? Weird. But you don't get that joy in Boise because it's such a wasteland, and in a lot of desert areas too. You don't get that. Maybe cactuses have those fruits, but you miss out on the joys of finding edibles in the wild, like you do on the coast, pretty much. I'm not sure what these are. I think they might be plums, but man, they're delicious. These things are pretty good. They have a single seed like a plum, so they might be a plum. The cop driving backwards on the road over there. I don't know what his problem is, but I turned this camera on for it this moment because this is amusing. Not far from the burn site, they put a warning up right there. Oh, the cop turned around now. He turned around to face me and then turned back around to head the other way. I wonder if the person who shot off the fireworks at midnight on Wednesday was caught. There's that sign that warned people not to shoot off fireworks up here. And there's probably a good chance that this is the spot where he shot off fireworks, because they wouldn't put a sign up if it wasn't popular. At first I thought I saw like a bird with like a worm dangling in its beak, and it turned out as a quail. They're sitting up, it's like 7 of them sitting in that tree. You can see the burn some more. Heading up here, scorched. It's either really windy up here or there's water, or I don't know. So there's more burn in the distance, burn on the hillside here. It's all private property, I believe, too. I don't know if any of it hit any public property, really. Well, it doesn't look like I can go any further with this gate in the way, unless if I know the code. It's really not easy to see any part of Boise. That really shows how far away I guess I am. I don't see any of the major buildings. They'd be on the other side of the trees, which which I can't get to. So I gotta know the code. Actually, there is no code. What? How do they open it? I must use a remote control or something. Wow, these quail are gonna be suffering. I see two crossing the road. This fitness bread does not taste very good. Alright, this stuff, it looks like it should be healthy, but there's something in it. It's just not quite mixing well with the peanut butter or almond butter. Alright, maybe you gotta eat it with something special, maybe salami or something. So I'm gonna give this bread to these homeless beggars in the water. I could just throw it in the water, I don't know. Oh, it's such a horrible bread. I don't know how they can get away with selling it. So that smaller duck was fighting off the female mallard, but now the male mallard come over and fought off that smaller duck for the access to the bread.